time for our February update. As you can see, we are in an area with a lot of trees, and you might have an idea already of what these trees are. Cherry blossom trees. And we're in cherry blossom month, getting ready to see these cherry blossoms blossom at the end of the month, somewhere around the 24th. So hopefully next video you'll get to see all these trees with cherry blossoms and looking like snow. So let's get started with the update. So the biggest part of our month, this last month, was passing both of our tests. So I had a test for the A level. It was the final for the A level test, or for the A level class. Passed it on to the B level now, and Tara did her B level midterm, and she did outstanding.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Praise God for that. This month, February, I was also blessed with a lot of girl time, which is something that I haven't really gotten yet until just recently. So first we had a Galentine's Day party with a bunch of girls from our church, and that was a really fun time of getting to encourage each other and affirm one another. And then I also got to hang out with a bunch of ladies from our organization to have a meal together and pray for each other. And then I also met with an old friend that I met when she was in university in 2014. And it's been a long time since I saw her, so that was a really good time to catch up and just see how I can support her right now.
This month we also got to hang out with our friends T-Son and Imson. Imson is a good friend of ours from for a long time now, and we finally got to meet her boyfriend. It was a lot of fun. We went down to Kawasaki, which is where they live, and Kawasaki is just about a 45-minute train ride south of where we live, and it's really cool. We got to hang out at their place and have takoyaki, which is baked octopus balls, and that sounds really weird, but what it is pancake batter, and you put stuff in it, and then you shape it into a ball using this little cast iron thing. It's really cool. Google it, it'll make sense. But we got to hang out with them and at their apartment watch the Olympics with them and eat takoyaki, and then after that we went to their local temple, and at their local temple we got to see the different facilities and just what their local life is like there.
Yeah, and then another big thing that happened this month was back in the States, our home church, North Wake Church in Wake Forest, held their big annual missions conference. And so it was cool to experience that for the first time overseas, seeing our small group represent us at the missions conference, and we got to Skype in with them and see what's happening in their lives. We got to share what's happening in our lives with them, and it was really encouraging for us to be a part of that conference from this side of the world.
Thank you, Northwake. Thank you for giving and praying for us. At the end of the month now, with our church, we're doing an English small group. So basically what that looks like is we get together in the afternoon on Sunday. We sing some music in English, some worship together in English, and then we have some recap time for the sermons over the past month. And after that, we have some prayer time together, and then we get to pray for each other specifically in English, which is just wonderful because we don't get that a lot. And in Kaz's recap, Pastor Kaz is the pastor of the church. In his recap, we talked about Hebrews, and so the first quarter of Hebrews was about Jesus is greater than the angels, and Jesus is greater than Moses. Now we're on the second quarter of the Hebrews letter, where we see that Jesus is the great high priest. He's better than all the priests that have ever existed. And Kaz gave an example of how, like a CEO's son doesn't automatically become CEO just because he's a son. He has to go through the departments, he has to get experience, and then be qualified to be a CEO. In a like manner, Jesus is having to come into man's experience, live a man's life, and be qualified to go between God and humanity. And so, lastly, when Paul talks about, when Paul talks to the Hebrews that they need to get a better understanding of the Old Testament so they can understand Jesus better, Pastor Kaz is also exhorting our church to get a better idea of the Old Testament so we can understand Jesus better, and understand the book of Hebrews better.
Yeah, so a few things that you can be praying for as we enter March. pray for each of those relationships that we mentioned. First of all, Y-san, who's my friend that I met when she was in university, and then also M-san and T-san, who we had a great time with, and they expressed that they want to spend more time with us. So pray that those relationships would grow and that God would be glorified by our time spent investing in them.
Yeah, and if you'll be praying for us as we getting ready to take our next round of tests. We go to school in quarters, so the tests come quick and hard and fast. So Tara will be taking the final for the B-level class starting on March 14th. So that'll be writing and listening and reading. And then on the 15th, she has her conversation test. And then on the 15th, I also have my midterm for the B-level class, and that will be your typical stuff: reading, writing, listening. So if we'd be praying for that, that's a huge step for us. We're a good portion of the way through with our language stuff at this school, and so praying for momentum and encouragement and steadfastness in this learning.
Yep. And then lastly, we're going to be taking a short vacation to Okinawa, which is essentially the Hawaii of Japan. We're going to be doing that over our spring break, actually Easter weekend. We'll be staying with a church. We'll be staying at a Baptist church that we have connections with, and they allow missionaries to stay there for free, which is amazing. And so we're really blessed with this opportunity. So if you could just be praying that it would be a time of refreshment and encouragement, especially as we spend time with our friends that live on Okinawa. And then also pray that we would both stay healthy, specifically me, as it's about to become allergy season. The great thing about cherry blossoms is they're beautiful, but they can destroy you. So just be praying that I would stay healthy and that we can really, truly enjoy our trip. So that's pretty much all we have.
Yeah, thank you for keeping up with us in our escapades here in Tokyo. Thank you for praying for us. And just a quick business matter with the YouTube stuff. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, when we get to 100 subscribers, then we can actually get some more functionality out of our profile that will make life easier for y'all too. So if you'll subscribe, and then there's a bell icon. If you'll click that bell icon, that will keep you up to date. Whenever we post something on YouTube, you'll be the first to know. So thank you so much for praying for us and keeping up with us. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.